Here is a sequence of patterns made with counters. Find an expression in terms of n for the number of counters in the pattern number n. So term 1 contains 4 counters. Term 2 contains 7 counters. And term 3 contains 10 counters. So what we can see from this pattern of numbers is that each time the number of counters is increasing by 3. So term 1 plus 3 counters gives us term 2, and then term 2 plus another 3 counters gives us term 3. So what this means is the first term in our expression will be 3n, where n is the term. So what we can do now is we can write out what 3n will be for the first 3 terms. So 3 multiplied by 1 gives us 3. 3 multiplied by 2 gives us 6. And then 3 multiplied by 3 gives us 9. And now what we're going to want to do is compare the number of counters with the term 3n. And what we can see is for the first 3 terms, in order to get from 3n to the actual number of counters, we'll need to add 1. So this means that our final expression is 3n plus 1. And we can check this by substituting in the values of n into this expression. So 3 multiplied by 1 plus 1 gives us 4. 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1 gives us 7. And then 3 multiplied by 3 plus 1 gives us 10. So this is our final answer. Now this question's worth 2 marks. We'll get our first mark for starting a method to find the nth term, and our second mark for the correct answer. Bayo has 90 counters. Can Bayo make a pattern in this sequence using all 90 of his counters? You must show how you get your answer. So the term that we worked out in part A of this question was 3n plus 1. So we want to know whether 90 is one of the terms of 3n plus 1. So what we can do is make 3n plus 1 equal to 90, and then rearrange this equation to make n the subject. So the first thing we can do is minus 1 from both sides, and this tells us that 3n is equal to 89. And finally we can divide by 3. And 3n divided by 3 gives us n, and 89 divided by 3 gives us 29.67. Now if 90 was included in the sequence 3n plus 1, then n would be equal to a whole number, because n is the number of the term. So therefore Bayo cannot make this pattern from 90 counters. So the final thing we'll want to do is write a summary statement. So we can write something along the lines of, no, Bayo cannot make a pattern with 90 counters, because 90 is not a term in the sequence 3n plus 1. Now this question's worth 2 marks. We'll get our first mark for putting our expression from part A equal to 90, and our second mark for writing that Bayo will not be able to make a pattern in this sequence using his 90 counters, along with the supporting evidence.